Namaste, I'm Ira Trivedi and welcome to another episode of Yoga Ira. In today's episode, we're going to be focusing first on breathing basics. The way we breathe supports our life. It is the life force. But many of us, rarely breathe correctly. So in today's episode, I'm going to give you the basics of breathing. We're going to be focusing first on yogic breathing and then moving on to pranayam, where we're going to be talking about Kapalabhati, Anulom Vilom, and then finally we're going to be talking about the bandhas. In today's day and age, breathing correctly is more important than ever before. We all undergo so much stress in our work lives, in our personal lives, in our physical lives. There's so much pollution in the air, there's so many allergens, and most of us do not breathe correctly. Most people are breathing in from their chests or from their clavicles, but this is not the correct way to breathe. The correct way to breathe is through your abdomen. It is very, very important to breathe correctly. The reason we start breathing in from our chest is because that's what we do when we're nervous. When we're nervous or scared, we take very, very short breaths. You can often see in movies or even in your own life how when you're scared, you'll start palpitating. That's how you breathe when you're nervous or scared. And that's very, very incorrect. So when you're nervous, when you're angry, whatever it is, if you take a few deep yogic breaths, you'll see everything change and transform. So now to begin with the deep yogic breath, place one hand on your stomach, on your abdomen, and really breathe in deeply. Your stomach swelling out like a balloon. And now exhale, pushing all the oxygen out like deflating a balloon. Now inhale again. Feeling the chest expand, you can really feel the air coming in all the way from your abdomen into your diaphragm, lungs, up through your chest, your respiratory system, and now exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now moving on to Kapalabhati, which is a stomach pumping exercise. This is a fantastic, fantastic kriya. It's not technically a pranayam, but a kriya because it cleanses your body, it warms you up for the pranayam process. So I recommend to people to do these three things, yogic breath, Kapalabhati and Anulom Vilom, in equal portions. And eventually you can cut down the yogic breath once you learn how to breathe correctly and focus more on Kapalabhati and Anulom Vilom. Now Kapalabhati is great for digestion, so it's good to do first thing in the morning. It's also great for toning the abdominals. In fact, Kapalabhati is equal to doing crunches. So you'll see as you eventually do this, you'll feel your stomach fat just melting away with this Kapalabhati process. Now, how to do the Kapalabhati correctly? What I see most people doing is that in the process, they inhale. But in Kapalabhati, we do not inhale. Inhale in the Bhastrika Pranayam, not in Kapalabhati. So in Kapalabhati, I'm going to demonstrate just a few. So keep just a few things in mind. Number one, my back is straight. Because the straighter your back, the more effective this pumping exercise will be. Second, I'm pumping from my stomach, not from any other part of my body. I'm not pumping in from my chest. I'm not going like this. This is often a mistake that people do. They start moving their shoulders. That's incorrect. My shoulders are absolutely straight and I'm pumping only from my stomach. My stomach is the only part of my body which moves. So let's now do 30 pumpings together and then do the breath retention. Inhale, exhale, sit up straight. Inhale and exhale, getting your mind focused on the practice ahead. And now, begin pumping on 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and exhale completely. Now inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And now take a deep breath in, bringing your abdomen out. Inhale and retain the breath. Retain the breath, focusing on the point in between your eyebrows. Stay here and breathe. Retain your breath. This is a great way of strengthening your lungs, maintaining your focus. 5 more seconds here. And now slowly exhale completely, emptying out your lungs, and relax. This is 1 full round of Kapalabhati with retention. Now we move on to the practice of Anulom Vilom, or alternate nostril breathing. This is the simplest pranayam according to me, but also the most potent. It's the most powerful pranayam, and I really suggest that everyone does a few minutes of this every day. People often ignore pranayam. They think that it's not so important, it doesn't have so many benefits. They want to do a lot of physically active stuff. They want to do asanas, they want to do Surya Namaskars. All those are important, but pranayam is even more important. It's not only great for the body, it's also great for the mind. It really makes you centered, it makes you focused, it makes everything more balanced. In fact, when you begin to practice Anulom Vilom, you're going to find how one nostril is blocked. But the more you do the practice, the more you're going to see how your nostrils start unblocking themselves, and the left and right side become more centered. So what we're trying to do with the pranayam practice is that we're trying to balance both sides of our brain, the left and the right. And pranayam can do that. So pranayam is cut into 2 different words, prana and yama. Yama means discipline, and prana is the life force. So by these simple breathing exercises, we're controlling the life force. And you'll really see, if once you're going to be able to control your breath, control your mind, you're going to become so much more effective in your work. You're going to be so much more cooperative with your peers. You're going to find yourself much more balanced emotionally, physically, mentally. It has all of those benefits. In fact, pranayam is known to cure depression. It's known to cure diseases just simply by breathing, but it really balances out your body. And the more you do pranayam, the less you're going to be impacted by exterior forces. You're going to see that you're not hungry when you don't need to be hungry. You're going to be able to control your appetite better. You're going to be able to control all of your senses better. So now I'm going to show you how to do Anulom Vilom. We should keep our left hand in Chin Mudra or Gyan Mudra on our left knee. The right hand is in Vishnu Mudra. So this is what Vishnu Mudra looks like. The middle finger and index finger on the palm, and these 3 fingers are up. So this hand goes on our face, and we're going to be using our fingers to control our nostrils as we do the practice of alternate nostril breathing. So we inhale always from the left side. We begin from the left on 1, 2, 3, 4. Now closing both nostrils, we retain 1, 2, 3, 4. And now exhale on the right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. And now inhaling from the right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, retain. Exhale left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, retain. Exhale right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Retain. And exhale left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Retain. Exhale right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale right on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, retain. And exhale left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. And now you can bring your hand down. And this is how we do Anulom Vilom. Remember that you always begin on the left side and you always end also on the left side. And now I'm going to give you a quick explanation about the bandhas. So there's 3 bandhas. There's the Jalandhara bandha, the Udhyana bandha and the Mula bandha. And each of these bandhas they correspond to chakras, and we use these bandhas to lock our energy. The first bandha that we're going to be talking about is the Mula bandha. So now it's not possible to actually see the Mula bandha because it's located in the perineum. So the perineum is the region for men, between the anus and the testes, and for the woman, it's behind the cervix on the pelvic floor. So when you're applying the Mula bandha, you can just squeeze up from your pelvis. You squeeze up in that way, and you're just holding. So it's literally like when you're holding your bladder, and that is the Mula bandha. And now moving on to the Udhyana bandha. Udhyana means to fly. And when you apply this bandha, you actually feel very, very light. So the Udhyana bandha is really done with your stomach, and I'm going to be showing this to you. Stand up as straight as you can. Now inhale and bring your arms up over your head, and exhale as you come down, bringing your arms towards your feet. And now when you reach midway, place your arms on your knees. Continue to exhale. The more you exhale, feel the stomach being contracted. You can feel the pressure in your abdomen as your abdominal cavity moves, and this is great for digestion. You can already feel the motion in your stomachs, all the juices being excreted from your digestive system as you do this bandha. Now stay here, retaining the breath. You've exhaled every single last drop of breath out of your body. Stay here. And now slowly bring your arms up. And the last bandha is the Jalandhara bandha. It's often used during breathing. So when we're doing the Kapalabhati and when we retain our breath, you often apply the Jalandhara bandha. So again, it's a very simple process. I'm going to be showing it to you. You inhale, and now slowly move your chin down. You really press your chin down onto your neck. And now exhale. And then very briefly, just so you have this information, the Mahabandha is when you apply all these 3 together. The Jalandhara, the Udhyana bandha and the Mula bandha. When you apply 3 of them together, which I'm going to show you how to do, that is the Mahabandha. So sitting in a comfortable seated posture, I often find it easy to do Udhyana bandha when I'm in Vajra Asana. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale deeply, retain the breath and apply the bandhas. And exhale. All of us hear about Surya Namaskars, why they're so good for you, why they're so beneficial, but often either we're scared of doing it because we fear we're going to injure ourselves, or we're not doing it correctly. And you're injuring yourself because you're not doing it correctly. So we're going to be looking at every single step. There are 12 steps in a Surya Namaskar. Each step corresponds to one cycle of the lunar cycle. So each step corresponds to that. And I'm going to be giving you a mantra. So every single step of the Surya Namaskar corresponds to a mantra. And if you say these mantras as you're doing the Surya Namaskar, it creates a lot of positive sound energy in your body. So you can really focus, concentrate, and as you recite these mantras and as you continue to do the Surya Namaskar, you'll see how the mantras actually keep you in the moment and keep you present. And another question that I often get is, how many Surya Namaskars should I do? The best way to do this is to wake up first thing in the morning, to hop on your mat, and to do 3 rounds. And that is 6 Surya Namaskar. The maximum that you should do is probably 6 Surya Namaskars or 12. You sometimes hear about 100 Surya Namaskars or 180 Surya Namaskars. This can be very, very damaging for your back or for your knees, even for people who are very fit. So I suggest that you do 6 full rounds, which is 12 different Surya Namaskars, and this will serve you in great stead. So even if you have just 10 minutes in the morning, you can get out of bed and straight away do 12 Surya Namaskars or 6 rounds, and you'll see how much better you feel every morning. So you'll see in this segment how easy it is to do every single step. I myself have found this to be a very powerful process. I often find my mind wavering when I'm doing a Surya Namaskar, but by reciting the mantras, I can stay in the present. So come and join me on learning how to do a perfect Surya Namaskar. Inhale, exhale, prayer position. Om Mitraya Namaha. Inhale, reach back. Om Ravaye Namaha. Exhale, come down. Forehead to your knees. Om Surya Namaha. Inhale, take the right leg back as far as possible. Om Bhanave Namaha. Retain the breath, bring your other leg back. Om Kavaye Namaha. Exhale, knees, chest, chin on the ground, hips raised up. Om Pushne Namaha. Inhale, come up in Cobra pose. Om Hiranye Garbhe Namaha. Exhale, come into inverted V. Om Mariche Namaha. Inhale, bring your right leg forward in between the palms. Om Adityaya Namaha. Exhale, bring your left leg forward. Om Savitraya Namaha. Inhale, come up, reach back. Om Akagya Namaha. Exhale, slowly come down. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. And now we do this on the left side. So inhale, exhale, palms together, prayer position. Om Mitraya Namaha. Inhale, bring your arms back. Om Ravaye Namaha. Exhale, bring your arms down. Om Surya Namaha. Inhale, take the left leg back as far as comfortable. Om Bhanave Namaha. Take your right leg back, come into plank position. Om Kavaye Namaha. Exhale, on your toes, bring your knees, chest, chin on the ground, hips raised up. Om Pushne Namaha. Inhale, come up, Bhujangasana. Om Hiranye Garbhe Namaha. Exhale, inverted V. Om Mariche Namaha. Inhale, bring your left leg forward in between the palms. Om Adityaya Namaha. Exhale, bring your right leg forward. Om Savitre Namaha. Inhale, come up, go back. Om Akagya Namaha. Now exhale, come down. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. So this completes one complete round of the Surya Namaskar recited with the mantras. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Yoga Era. Just 5 minutes of pranayam and another 5 minutes of Surya Namaskar can change your whole life. So incorporate some breathing and Surya Namaskars into your daily routine and feel the difference, feel the transformation of yoga. Namaste and thank you.